To many, climate change is considered the greatest environmental problem we face today. In fact, all three experts that I interviewed agreed. But why? This is the climate change video by Project Preserve Pacific Coast. Part 1. The problem. The carbon cycle is a biogeochemical cycle, meaning that the carbon cycles through live organisms, the earth, and even bodies of water in the atmosphere. But by burning fossil fuels, humans are releasing all of the carbon into the atmosphere at once. Carbon traps the heat from the sun in the atmosphere, causing the temperature to rise. The current level of CO2 in the atmosphere is the highest it's ever been within the last 3 million years. Earth's average surface temperature has risen 2.12 degrees Fahrenheit since the late 19th century. The current rate of global warming is approximately 10 times faster than the global warming seen during the Ice Age. Part 2. Species Highlight. This is the kelp forest. Kelp forests are much like the forests seen on land, except they're made of large algae called kelp. Giant kelp is the largest marine algae in the world. Kelp lives in cool and shallow waters along the west coast. But these waters are being warmed and made less inhabitable because of climate change. Research has also showed that climate change has changed the microbiome on the surface of the kelp, causing disease-like symptoms. Finally, environmental problems have caused an increase in purple sea urchins, which devour and destroy kelp. In some places in California, the amount of kelp has been reduced by 75%. To learn more, I interviewed Heather Burdick, who works in marine operations at the Bay Foundation. The Bay Foundation, also known as the Santa Monica Bay Restoration Foundation, is an environmental group that aims to restore and enhance Santa Monica Bay and local coastal waters. One of the ways that the Bay Foundation is helping kelp forests is by partnering with fishermen to collect and remove sea urchins. They also have divers monitoring kelp restoration work. From Heather, I learned that saving the kelp forests is very important. This is because the kelp forests are very biodiverse and many organisms depend on them. Kelp forests also help to stop erosion by protecting the shore from waves. By stopping climate change and saving kelp forests, the kelp forest will actually help to absorb the carbon in the atmosphere, just like trees. Part 3. The solution. To save kelp and stop climate change, you can reduce your CO2 emissions. Write to your representatives, raise awareness, or volunteer and donate. To reduce your CO2 emissions, try eating vegetarian this week. Think about whether or not you can take public transportation, or you could replace all of your light bulbs with LEDs.